The button is pressed. We are here. We're going live again. We're switching up the format now. We've been doing Friday mornings for our lives. We're going to Friday afternoon, 3 o'clock, strategically right before happy hour, so that we catch people before they go out for the day. But here's what our live is going to be about. We're going to talk about our platform, what we're doing to help loan officers exceed and excel and grow. We are a platform that's built for the entrepreneurial, growth-minded loan officer. And what does that really mean? Well, the people that are entrepreneurial and growth-minded understand that it's for growth. It's for what you want to produce and create next. So the average loan officer does a few deals, they make some money, go home. But there's growth-minded loan officers that want to exceed and excel. Why do we have that platform? It's because of the word platform. It's because we have a platform where loan officers can plug in and grow. We have the support to do it. So we have the coaching and mentorship, not just coaching, but the mentorship is the key part of it. We have a platform model that's designed to create your own personal brand and promote your own personal brand versus being forced to promote only the corporate brand. Right? So that's the growth-minded mindset. And we even have a coaching group that we open up to the public so that you can get a taste of what we do and how committed we are to that piece of the process. So you can join our Facebook group. Any loan officer can. You go to Loan Officer 15-Minute Playbook in Facebook, and then you can join our workshop calls, which are at the registration page is at 15minuteplaybook.com. So that's 15minuteplaybook.com. And you can see the level of coaching we provide. Now, what we also, and it's basically our sales huddle done every day, Monday through Thursday. Then if for our internal teammates, we take that a step further and we go into mentorship, where we take all those ideas and strategies, we adapt them, customize them for our internal teammates. So I want to introduce a couple of my friends at this point. Craig Messman is the president of our company. He and his production team are $100 million a year production team. So it's legit production in any market, especially now. So president of the company, co-owner of the company, and a real producer. He's a great guy too, most of the time. Bill Dodds, another great friend of mine, somebody I met on social media a couple years ago. We became friends over social media. I noticed his profile, first of all, because he's from Bettendorf, Iowa. I know two people that are from Bettendorf, Iowa. I'm married to the other one, and the other one's on the call with me today. So, Craig, I'd like you to talk a little bit about our efficiencies, our processes, our software designed to help loan officers grow.
Okay. So we have a very unique platform here. It's really about making sure that these files get through the door very quickly. We average 13 business days or less for application to clear to close. We use some of the best technology I think is available in an LOS system called Arrive, a CRM called Bonzo. We also have, workplace for all of our loan officers to create that community continuity and really to use it as a library to help them continue to expand their business. And then we throw in the amazing marketing that we do. On top of that, the coaching, the mentoring. And I think that we are one of those full service shops where you can literally just plug in and grow your business. Not only that, but we have an amazing culture. Everyone is here to help each other grow their business. Everyone's here to hold each other accountable. And, that's one thing I love about it. There is no fighting or anything like that when it comes to going, after real estate agents or clients or whatever it may be. It's really about everybody working together. And sometimes we even have LOs tag team real estate agents to help them grow their business. I think that's like, what company out there does that, right? And then, you know what? We just had a group of people that we helped them create their next. And I'm okay creating competition, right? So we help them open up their own company. That's what we do here. We help people take their business to the next level, whether that's your entrepreneur, whether you want to create a team, whether you want to do a DBA, or ultimately, if you decide you want to create your own company, we're here to support you because we're not afraid of competition. If anything, it helps us continue to keep growing, and it helps us to continue to keep adding value. And that's one of the biggest things that that has happened just in the last couple of days. They just launched their company today, actually. So I think that's pretty amazing. And with everything that we do, I think there's a lot of value adds there. What were you going to say, Phil?
Yeah, so just building upon that. So first thing I'll say is that anybody watching, Brian mentioned Craig did $100 million. He's also the president of the company. He also leads all of our coaching and mentoring. And so I think if he was just a loan officer, he'd probably do $200 or $300 million. So like kind of a big deal, and somebody that knows what they're doing. And you talked about it, holding people accountable. So like sometimes that's like a bad buzzword. People think it's like, I don't want to be yelled at, or I don't want people, ride my butt about stuff. The difference about accountability here is it's like we are excited to set a standard for a successful loan officer. And like we're pumped to try to live up to that standard. No different than if you're a dad, there's a standard for being a good dad. There's a standard for being a good husband. There's a standard for being a good American. We have all these standards, right? And so we have a standard that we're excited to get out of bed and live up to every single day here. And it's part of the culture. And some of you may be sitting out there at a company and there's no standard. There's no energy. There's no
direction.
There's no direction, no commitment to excellence. And you're like,
hear it every day. Yeah.
Deep down inside of yourself, like you have something more. You were meant for more. God put you here to do something more. And when you come, and that's the big thing here at MFG is like, we have a standard, we motivate each other. And it's part of being like, it's no different than being on like a championship winning team, right? Everybody pushes everybody else to be better. And it's not in a negative way. It's in this awesome way where people are having wins, and that motivates you to want to go out and have some freaking wins. And so that's the difference. It's a culture change. And that's why I'm really excited to be here. And you
positive culture team.
Positive culture. And you talk about plugging into all these different things. It's like, yes, we have coaching and mentoring from a loan officer standpoint, from a sales standpoint, right? So we have people out there pushing you to help you grow your production. But same thing here on the marketing side. This is what I'm really passionate about is like, I am going to help you become a mortgage influencer, right? If you know anything about the future of our industry is that being an influencer on social media, putting out content and getting attention, that is going to be the lifeblood of the loan officer over the next 2 to 3 years. And hey, guess what? We're going to help you get there, right? You're not going to be left in the dust, wailing around, not knowing what to do in 2 years, because we're going to help elevate you into a position where you are ready to go, right? And you're capturing the most attention. So that's what we talk about. When you plug into something, you're plugging into things and resources that are going to help elevate you in your business.
Elevate and originate. Where did that come from? I like
Elevate
that
and
phrase.
originate.
That was a combination of Phil talking about elevation and elevating your business. And then I was like, wait a minute, what about originate after that? Elevate and originate.
Rhymes. I love it. Great job.
I feel like that's something that we actually do.
Yep.
That's kind of our motto, right? We elevate people. We help them get from 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8 units a month. And then we also help them originate not only just in this market, but in other markets. And then also, if they want to take it to the next level, whether that's a team, a DBA, whatever it may be, we'll help you with that as well. I think that we have a very unique system here. We have a very unique company here because we're all about helping people find their next.
Yep.
You see it on all of our social media. You see it everywhere. We're built different. We are definitely built different. We're here to actually help you get to that next level for yourself. Whatever that may be, that's up to you. But we're here to help you. We're here to support you. Whereas a lot of people, a lot of companies, they don't do that. They don't want you to get to the next level. They want you to stay as that standard loan officer who is making X amount of bips per month, and that's it. They don't want to help you create a team. They don't want to help you create a DBA. They don't want to help you do anything other than how do we keep you in that same seat for as many years as we possibly can.
Yeah, and there's three different mortgage models, three different company models, right? The first one is kind of what's going on right now is where you're just out there in the cold, right? And you're just left to your own devices to figure things out. The second one is where you're a loan officer of a company and they're standing behind you. They've got you chained up to the chariot and they're sitting there whipping you in the back. That's all they're trying to squeeze out every single ounce of every dollar, every piece of revenue and margin they can out of you, right? So they're sitting there whipping you down the road to bring in loans, okay? And then there's a third model, okay? And this is what we talk about when we say we're built different, right? And that applies not only to our company, but all of the loan officers that work here, we're built different. And the way that the best way I can explain this is that to move you forward instead of pushing you forward, right? Or using fear or pain to drive you forward, here at Molitor, we put you on our shoulders and we lift you up, right? That's what we mean by elevate, okay? So you're getting on our shoulders and we're lifting you up to get you to your goals. And that's the way that we show up to work every day. We're going to get in here. We're going to hustle our butts off to do whatever it takes to help you be successful, whether that's marketing, whether that's sales, whether that's ops. It does solving problems, maybe it means getting on a call and just listening to your bad day, right? And just letting you vent. It doesn't matter what it is. You come in, we're going to love you and we're going to put you on our shoulders and help you get to where you want to go.
And that speaks to our career progression that we talk a lot about too, right? And Craig touched on it. I'm not going to, go through the whole thing again, but if we're elevating people, helping them with the coaching and mentorship, they can go from that 4 deals a month to 6, 7, 8. And then we have a career progression, which brings you into a compensation model, which we traditionally had called our loan officer P&L, right? Then you get into a team builder compensation plan where you're actually helping the company grow and adding other like-minded loan officers so you can earn that way. Then you would have your own branch model, your own branch P&L, and then eventually the DBA, or what I sometimes call our franchise structure, which is creating your own brand, your own company powered by the Molitor Financial Group so that we can help you with the compliance, the legal, the payroll, the audits, all the things that loan officers and mortgage sales leaders don't want to do. So it's
and beyond the
elevating through the progression.
But beyond the progression, maybe you already have a team, right? And you've got 20 people on your team and you want to get them to the next level, right?
Yep.
We have people in our organization that have managed massive teams of loan officers. They've gone from 1 to 60. They've managed hundreds of loan officers. So like, why would you want to plug into that and pick their brain and get their feedback and let them help you get to that next level?
Yep.
Like there's just so
Great
much
point.
that's being put onto the branch manager or the regional manager at some of these retail places. Why not plug in and let us take some of that off of your plate and help you grow?
And I think that's one of the biggest things that people have to understand is we're actually here to help you. We're actually here to help you grow your business. We're actually here to help you continue to build your empire for the future. And that's one of the biggest things that I feel like we do a very good job at is helping people take their business to the next level. And we give 110% to every single person that's here. We will push you as far as we possibly can to help you get to that next level. But ultimately it comes down to you and what you want to do, right? If you want to be that, 2 to 3 unit a month person, that's fine, but we want to get you to 6. And we're going to help you get to 6. And we're going to do business planning. We're going to do marketing planning. We're going to do anything and everything that we possibly can to help you get to 6, 8, 10, 12, 15. I'd love for you to get to 20. And if we can do that, that's great, right? And I think the biggest thing is, that also comes down to marketing. Phil, he sets up a one-on-one with you to walk through your social media, to walk you through what is the game plan? How are we going to help you launch? How are we going to help you get your brand out there? It's not the Molitor brand. It's your brand. We want to help you get your brand out there. And so that's why we spend so much time with these loan officers and helping them understand what is your business? Where do you want it to go? How do you want to build it? Okay, here's our game plan. Here's how we're going to do this. Here's how we're going to launch. Here's how we're going to consistently help you brand your business. And Phil, you do an amazing job of that. And I think you are one of the best people in that area, in that arena to do this kind of stuff. And I love it. I love everything that you do. And I know that all the loan officers here, they respect you. They respect your craft. And they say that you are one of the best hires here. But you're right. It is about branding too, right? And everything is moving towards social media. So you have to have that person in your corner.
Yeah.
You have to have that person in your corner.
And social digital media is an art, right? It's truly an art. Phil and I were talking about a candidate just last week, and he said, I could make her look so much better on camera just with a few tweaks and different lighting and, a different strategy and help her with some scripting. Like you had a big, long list of ideas, things you can do to adjust and help people be more comfortable and therefore more consistent on social media. So maybe if you could walk us through a game plan. A loan officer starts, first day here, you get on the phone with them on a Zoom call, of course. What are you recommending for people in general? Because I know it varies,
Actually,
but in general.
Let's level it up. What would you recommend for $100 million producer?
Ooh.
How to help them get their business out there? Phil, you've tore my social media apart and putting it back together. So this should be a layup for you. So coach me on how you would help me get to not only 100, but maybe to 125 or 150 million in this market.
Yeah. So the first thing, obviously, we would sit down and have a phone call and talk about where you're at. Like, let's take a look. We're going to analyze all of your social media accounts, analyze what you're doing for marketing. I guarantee you, if you're a $100 million producer, you're putting lots of dollars, right, into marketing already. And so let's figure out how we can better use those dollars. Are we effectively using them on the right things? Okay. So we're just going to do an assessment, figure out where you're at. So Craig's not very active on social media. He doesn't put out any personal content, doesn't build his brand. And so what I would say to Craig and what I would say to a $100 million loan officer is that you are so big and you have so many customers and you have so many real estate agents. I guarantee you are getting referred by your previous customers, your previous database, your real estate agents. And these folks are going onto your social media to social proof you, and you don't have a bevy of content there, and they're never picking up the phone and never calling you. So I think that your business, just by getting out there and putting out consistent content, and it doesn't need to be like super professional. I'm not telling you to go hire a Gary V team of media people to follow you around with a camera. Just something is making a few videos a week, talking about answering simple questions, solving problems, putting your personal stuff out there so that when just the people that are referring you, okay, that get referred to you, come and they look at you on social media and they basically want to see if you're legit. We call it social proof. I got that from my buddy Kyle Draper, who, by the way, released a new book today, who, by the way, the man sitting up there in the upper left-hand corner, Brian Weiss, wrote a chapter of that book, so you guys should go check it out. He has a great concept. It's called social proof, and it's legit. It totally works. People don't go to Google. They don't call you first. They don't go to your website. They go to Facebook or Instagram to look you up, and they want to see what you know and who you are. And so that would be my first piece of advice is like, you literally just need content to capture the business that you're already getting fed, but you never even freaking know about. So that's one. Two, I would set up a simple strategy for you to be able to time block and batch create content. If you're doing $100 million a year, I guarantee you could spend your marketing dollars better investing in a little bit of video production and a consistent schedule for putting out content. Why do I know this? Because I've talked to many loan officers who have done it. They've been on my podcast, the Level Up Your Content podcast, which you guys should go check out. If you haven't, Craig's been invited on the podcast. He hasn't accepted the invite yet.
What? No, that's not true.
An invite. Yeah,
I have to level up my content before I can be on that.
So that's where I would start. And again, everybody's in a different spot. They're at a different level. They've maybe tried this or they tried that, and so just figure out exactly where they're at. And so what they really miss on social media is just consistency and engagement. So we would work on how we can make them more consistent. That's one of the things we have here at MFG. We're building out a really incredible asset library for social media graphics that people can plug into. And so just getting through some of the consistency and then teaching them exactly how to engage with people on social media. It's not a post and ghost thing. You actually have to engage with people.
Well, what I like about it is you're baby stepping it through the process, right? You're not like, okay, so here's the 100 things that we're going to roll out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simple. So that way then people can say, okay, yeah, okay, I can shoot 2 or 3 videos here, and I can do this and I can do that. Yeah. And that's really all it takes to create the momentum. So, you're exactly right. We got to pull it apart, put it back together, but put it back together in a smart way to where we're not overwhelming the loan officers. And that's why they have success.
Yeah. And then they really get tied down with like, well, it's Facebook or it's TikTok. Which one should I use? And all this and that. And really, we spend more time talking about who their niche is, right? And so what I've found coaching loan officers over the last several years on this stuff is that they really don't even know what they're trying to attack in their business. So we end up helping them devise a niche and really focus on who they should be going after, which really translates a little bit more into their business, but specifically with their content. And so when they're able to zero in on who they're trying to help, who they're serving, who they're trying to speak to, it actually frees them up to make more content and make better content. And then I have some really like just awesome strategies that are easy to implement to help you come up with content ideas. We talk about the ASQs idea. Like in our coaching group, we had everybody spend an hour and come up with 50 pieces of content, 50 videos they could make over the next year. Like it's really not hard. What's that?
Fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it's super fun. It's super fun. But it's just an easy strategy. People think that it's really complex, but if you sit down and you just think about and change your mindset a little bit different, it makes things a whole lot easier. And it's just getting the momentum, like you said. When somebody goes out and posts a piece of content, right? We've had a couple loan officers that tried our engagement strategy. They've connected with new real estate agents they haven't been able to connect with before. We've had some loan officers posting very specific videos, and they're getting applications and leads that are coming in. Like there's an excitement, and it just puts a fire in your belly, right? And
so there was a loan officer in our coaching group that not with our current company just yet. No, I'm just kidding. But she posted a video that you had coached her through and got 2 people reach out about pre-approvals. Is that right? Yeah, it was 2 people.
Yep. It's 2 people.
And guess what? Video.
Yeah. And guess what? The video only got a few hundred views.
That's it.
Right. That's it.
That's good. That's better than 0 reviews. So that's
0
awesome.
views. Yes. But what then again, and that's part of the coaching, the one-on-one coaching. Right. If you're at a large company, your CMO is not sitting down with you. Your social media manager and most of the people in the marketing department are not sitting down with you to talk to you about this. You probably have a regional marketing coordinator, and that person probably doesn't know a damn thing about social media. They probably know how to put together some graphics in Canva. They might be able to help you log into your CRM, but that's about it. Right. It's not something that's going to move your business forward. And that's what I'm talking about. Like we sit down with actual strategies that freaking work. And then also we help you change your mindset so that you're looking and focusing on the right things, the right metrics, right? We're not super worried about followers. I was on a coaching call with one of our loan officers last week, and he was really focused on, he's like, I need to grow my followers. I need to grow my followers. That doesn't freaking matter, because guess what? Social media will put your content in front of people who don't follow you. So we should actually make content for the people that want to see your content, not the people who are following you. And you could just tell he was just like, oh man, I never thought about it that way. Right? And that's one of the things is LOs will go out there and they'll spend $1,500 to $2,000 on all these different courses, right? These social media coaches, they're trying to scale and become millionaires. So they create this online course that has the secrets that you need. And there's not really a secret in there. And guess what? I guarantee you 85% of the loan officers don't even finish all the videos.
Right.
No.
Or you could come plug into a place at MFG where you're going to get coaching and mentoring in your business. You're going to get somebody that has coached and mentored loan officers in social media that have had success. He's driven business from his social media accounts, has a track record, okay? And you're going to get one-on-one coaching. and all you're doing is plugging into MFG. Oh, and guess what? You're also going to get the ability to compete in your market, right? Because we have a great pricing model. We operate with integrity, right? You're going to have super competitive pricing.
Right.
And transparency, like true transparency. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors in the industry that happens around secondary marketing and margins. Yeah. And we have true transparency here. We throw it all out there.
Even in the broker world, there are brokers out there, large ones, that talk about how they have awesome pricing, and they don't. They just don't.
I look at it like this, you know, if we can help our loan officers compete, then it's a win. And we don't want them losing business, and we want them trying to secure as much as they possibly can, because it's bigger than just one transaction. It's about the 5-star experience for the clients, the 5-star experience for the real estate agents and the insurance agent, the title company, the closers. Everyone forgets about the closers, right? But if we do a really good job, right, the closers are going to be happy. Yeah. So we try and set this up to where loan officers have a lot of success here. And that's the biggest thing that I took away as we were building out this company was we need great technology. We also need great processing and operations. We also need great technology. And if the last piece is the most important piece, marketing. You have to be able to get your brand out there. And I feel like we have built that 4-pillar system that can help us not only in this market, but in future markets as well. And as long as we are getting consistently better 1% every day, then we're winning.
And this is not a new thing, right? How long have you been building? How long has this company been being built? Because we're on our
business. This April will be 20 years.
20 years. We've been around longer than a lot of the retail companies that are big right now.
Yep.
So if anybody out there is thinking, oh man, these guys are just this new startup. No, we've been around for
We've seen it all. I think we've seen 3 or 4 housing corrections, as they say in the news, they're a housing correction. We've seen them all, which means that we can build your business around pretty much everything that we've seen or experienced firsthand.
Around any market, through any market.
And that's the thing that a lot of people can't say. You know, there's not a lot of companies out there that have gone 20 years and seen this many housing corrections. And we know how to set up our loan officers for success, regardless of what the market is doing. Even in today's market, we still have loan officers having success. That's the most important key ingredient to all this. It doesn't matter the market. We have built a platform. We have built a playbook to help you grow your business. And that's what I'm proud of.
Yeah.
I love
100% agree. I mean, it's a long-term, there's a track record. Again, we know what we're doing, right? We have
Come join the team.
What's that?
Come join the team, right? We know what we're doing.
Yep. So, come join the team.
If people do want to learn more about this after this call, they can reach out to any of the 3 of us. But there's also a resource. Our website is joinmfg.com. Molitor Financial Group. It's joinmfg.com. There's more resources, contact forms in there, and we'd be happy to share a little bit more about our platform with anybody that wants to learn.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks, gentlemen.
Yep.